morning to all. Today let us discuss about the code division multiple access system based on IS 95. Okay, here the direct sequence CDMA has been used one multiple access method for digital cellular voice communication. Okay, the first generation of digital cellular, that is CDMA communication system, was developed by Qualcomm, and it has been standardized and designated as IS95 by the Telecommunication Industry Association, that is by TIA. So that we are telling us CDMA based on IS 95. Okay, here in this TIA it is told given that 800 megahertz and the 1900 megahertz frequency band for IS 95. And also the major advantage of this CDMA over the multiple access method is the entire frequency band is available at each base station. So we know that the frequency reuse factor, that is capital N, is equal to 1, that we have studied in the GSM technology also, right? Therefore, next coming to the nominal bandwidth. The nominal bandwidth we have used for the transmission from the base station to the mobile receivers is for the forward link is 1.25 megahertz, and also the bandwidth is 1.25 megahertz, and this is used for signal transmission from mobile receivers to a base station, that is for reverse link. So now let us discuss about the signal transmitted in both the forward and the reverse links, which are direct sequence spread spectrum signal, and they will have the chip rate of 1.2288 into 10 power 6 chips per second. Okay, so this is the way we can categorize. Let us discuss about the block diagram which we have used in the forward link. So this is the forward link diagram. In the forward link block diagram, the modulator for the signals is transmitted from the base station to the mobile receiver, that is shown in the figure. Here we are using a speech coder. And this speech coder is called as code excited linear predictive. It is code excited linear predictive. And this, the function of this CELP is it will generate the data at the variable rates. That means we can say it as 9600, 4800, 2400 and 1200 bits per second. This data rate is nothing but is a function of the user's speech activity. So this speech activity will be calculated in the frame intervals. Okay, for every 20 millisecond it will be analyzed in the as a form of frame intervals. Therefore the data the data from the let us see that data from the what we can say speech coder is encoded by a rate of 1/2. That means the constrained length will be 9. We are using a convolutional code here. For lower speech activity, what will happen? The data rates are like 4800, 2400 or 1200 bits per second. In this lower speech activity, the output symbols from the convolution encoder are repeated either twice or 4 times or 8 times to maintain a constant bit rate of 9600 bits per second. Okay, now coming to the lower speech activity rate, the transmitter power is reduced by either 3 dB or 6 dB or 9 dB. So this transmitted energy per bit will remains constant for all speech rate. Okay, this is the way the lower speech activity also results in a lower transmitter power, and because of this the lower level of interference to other users are happening, and it will be coded and it can be detected in the reverse link also. Okay. Now the encoded bits for each frame are passed through a block interleaver. Okay, the main function of this interleaver is nothing but it will overcome the effect of burst errors. Okay, this burst errors will occur in transmission through the channel. Now the data bit at the output of the block interleaver, which occur at a rate of 9.2 kilobits per second, are scrambled by multiplication with the output of a long code. And therefore we can write the output of a long code period capital N is equal to 2 power okay, 42 minus 1. Okay, therefore the generator will run at the chip rate of 1.228 chips per second, but whose output is estimated by the factor of 64 to 19.2 kilobits per second. Now the long code will uniquely identify a call of a mobile station on the forward as well and the reverse links. Now each channel user is assigned in a header mode. We will call it a sequence of length code, that is 64. Okay, so we can use Hadamard code, also Walsh code, in order to encode the signal from the speech coder. Okay. Then followed by this, let us discuss about the reverse link. So in the reverse link, the block diagram here we can given us the reverse link modulator from a mobile transmitter to a base station is different from the forward link modulator. So here the important consideration in the design of the modulator is that signal transmitted from the various mobile transmitter to the base stations are asynchronous. Okay, so it's very clear here. That means the signal which going to get transmitted from the various mobile transmitters are asynchronous. So received link data we can see over here, that is 9.6 kilobits, 4.8 kilobits per second, then 2.2, 1.2, yeah, that it was been given to rate is equal to 1 by 2, that is L is equal to 9. Since here we are using a convolution encoder and it is a repetition, then the output of this convolution encoder is given to the block interleaver. So since here the block interleaved will be for each 20 millisecond frame, I told that the lower speech activity will be analyzed for say frame for 20 millisecond. Okay, now here for each 20 millisecond frame, the 576 encoded bits are block interleaved and passed to the modulator. Okay, now it's very clear that 576 encoded bits are blocked interleaved, you can see here, and after that block interleaver it is passed through the modulator. Here we are using 64 array orthogonal modulator. Okay, so the data are modulator using an M is equal to 64, which is orthogonal set of Hadamard sequences. Already I told for modulation purpose we are using a code of Hadamard sequence, or we can use the Walsh sequence. So the sequence is nothing but that is Hadamard, right here, Hadamard sequence, or we can use here as Walsh, but here we are using Hadamard, so we know it as it is a M is equal to 64. Okay, now this 64 bit or the 6 bit. No, now after using this, the 6-bit block of data is mapped into one of the 64 sequences. Therefore, as a result, that's what you can see it over here. Mapping. Okay, after mapping, this will be after mapping, this will be given to the output of the modulator, 64 array orthogonal modulation, and the error probability is of 10 power minus 6 will be required. Now coming to the interference. Okay, to reduce some interference will be happen to the other users. So how this time position of the transmitted code symbol repetition is randomized at the lower speech activity, and the interference introduced is, we will call it as intersymbol interference. And also we can use the quadrature phase shift keying modulation method. Therefore we can say that the resulting 1.2288 chips per second binary sequence of length n is equal to 2 power 15, and the rate is also same is given us. And also I and Q signal is are there, because in phase and quadrature phase component will be there, and these all I and Q signals will be filtered by a baseband a spectral shaping filter. So here we are using the baseband, sorry, here this is the baseband shaping filter. Here this baseband shaping filter is used to for the I and Q components. No, whenever it is needed, whenever it is not needed, it can be shaped by this baseband shaping filter. Therefore the Q channel is delayed into time by 1/2 of a chip delay, that is the PN sequence chip delay, and to the I channel prior to the baseband filter. Okay, so this is the way we are going to demodulate the or retrieve the CDMA signal using the IS95. And we have seen the diagram in different way, that is we are using convolutional encoder, then block interleaver, then we are using orthogonal modulator with 64 array. Again we are mapping with a long code generator. Next we are giving to the baseband shaping filter for the purpose of I-link as well as the I channel as a component as well as the Q component. So this is the way CDMA has introduced by Qualcomm with a frequency band, and in this we are using forward link as well as reverse link for the transmission and the reception purpose. So hope everybody has understood the concept. Thank you.